welcome to my channel and have a look at that. La Regina dei Reali. Can you guess which car this is? I'll show you something. Can you guess which car this is? It's the Lancia Stratos La Regina dei Reali from Centauria. And I imported it from Italy through an Italian address, which comes in superbly. And I'm a little bit behind, but they're catching me up by sending me a packet every 2-3 days, and charging, of course. So if you don't want that, let them know, and let them know you want one per so many days or whatever, and you can probably arrange that with them. But La Regina dei Reali, you get this leaflet that you see, right? Let me take those out. You get that leaflet just showing the premium build you may want to do. You get the little car, and you get the plastic to put over it. And there's a little magazine here showing where if you missed anything, you can get parts, or magazine, I should say. I've not got this website to work, but that's the other thing. Then you get that as well, which is just a magazine showing what you get. I've got the little car in. I've got the holder to put the magazine in, and first magazine is €6.30. 2 magazines after that are €16.50, and after that is €44 minus 2 cents that you get. You can fill the whole thing in. This is what you get, that leaflet. And La Regina dei Reali. This is that beautiful car. And let me get that out. This is the car that we're building. There's some beautiful details. It's all in Italian, so I cannot translate that properly for you, but there are some beautiful details here. And let me go to the other side of this whole thing. And that is the rest of it. There is lights and motor sounds and that, and you get a remote control for that, which I think is fantastic. Most of these cars, you have to press little buttons inside, and they're unpressable because they're so tiny. So getting a remote control is superb. What I have heard, though, that this car is the outer shell is not metal but plastic, but still the detail is superb, and we'll see about that. We've got the parts here, as you can see. I'll let you know what is, and I can show you where we find stuff. Well, let's see what's on the other side. That is just magazine number 2, as you can see there, and this, of course, came with magazine number 1. Lancia Stratos Regina dei Reali by Centauria, and I've checked it. I think I'm pronouncing it properly. The funny thing is, the first few magazines, they'll show you a lot of information about this is an RC car. More or less looks like an RC car. Doesn't look like a real one, but it is real. And it's a car designed by Bertone, and changed the whole rally scene and the rally cars, because this car has been a superb rally car, and then has won the Rally of Monte Carlo quite a few times, or sometimes, or one time, I don't know. It shows you a bit about the design, and Mr. Bertone has designed these cars, and I've loved this design since I was a young boy. I always wanted to build a model like this, and even further, I wanted to build a kit like this. I'm not a mechanic, but I find the design so nice that I wanted to do something like that. And I've got this pack now because I really wanted to build it, but I've got a very large scale Lancia Stratos from another company to build as well, and that's completely plastic as well, but that is detailed, and I have to paint the whole thing myself, and this one is painted for us. Well, more about the car and the special Pirelli tires that they made, the P7. And this is the first magazine, and as I showed you, that is the first one. I'll show you that in a moment. So this is the first step-by-step build. Funny thing is they do say step-by-step. I don't think that is English, but that's all right. We get the front part, the grille, the Monte Carlo, and the steering wheel, and some little things that we have to put on. And this is going to have us need pliers, AP and OP screws. We're going to put that grille on. We're going to make those little chains to keep the bonnet closed. And then we're going to put that Monte Carlo emblem on. And that's it for this build. But we will do number 2, 3, and 4 if I get time for that. Okay. I've got the build guide in Italian here, but I've got Google Translate with me so I can check that. That is what we get in the first build. Little pins, steering wheel, sticker, 2 screwdrivers for large and small screws, and that bonnet. So let's get that out. Okay. The easiest thing that we are going to do first is get those screws out. And of course, that one we are not going to be using. First thing we do is have a good look at this. This is going to be a point where we're going to put a socket in, because there are very big lights coming on this side. And there's only one way to put it in, is of course that way. We turn it around and we're putting up AP screws, I think. Yep. Of course, with these new builds, I should tell you, when you're putting in a part that needs to be screwed down with more than one screw, always tighten up after all screws are screwed in loosely, and fully tighten them when you're sure that it is all orientated properly. And in this case, I think it is. So we are going to screw everything down and put those AP screws in, but remember it's plastic, so don't over tighten it. Have a look at that. That looks really nice. Okay, after we've done that, we're going to get, let's see which one we will use. I think this is the best one to get, because we need to do something really tiny. There we go. We've got that little cable there. We've got those little things there. There, that little thing. These are so incredibly tiny. I don't think the large tweezers are the large ones. Pliers are going to work. I need small tweezers. That is what I've made. Those little eyelets with a piece of metal between them, piece of wire between them. That is what we have then. There you go. It's hard. And next thing we do we're going to connect those to those little points that we have there with one tiny OP screw. Okay, as you can see, that's the first one in. And it just took a little bit of time, only just a bit. Now let's pre-drill that first. Wow, as you can see, that one's in and that one's in. Okay guys, this is what we have, and I've been out for lunch and we're going on. This is stage 1 completed. Okay guys, these are the parts that we have in stage 2 of this beautiful Lancia build, and we're going on. We're starting with this one, and let's see, we're holding it like so. We're undoing that one and getting that one out with a AP screw. Okay, now we can pull that back a bit, and that is what we have. We're going to get this one out and get those lights out. So we've got them all in, and now we're going to push them in like so. There are posts on both sides, and we're getting those TPs out. We've got 3 of those TP points where we can put those TPs in. 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? 1, 2, and 3. And we need to train those wires in there. And let's see where that wire comes out. Through the hole. So we've got this one. Sorry, like so. We're putting that through the hole. And everything else should be going in. But we need to make sure that the points that we use to screw are not in anywhere near the wires. And what kind of screws are we putting in? AP screws. I had to look through it, and they are 5 in total. So let's start in the middle. There we go, guys. As you can see, those lights work. Really nice. It's good to see that they're a little bit yellowish. We're putting those in, but there are different ones. Okay, ones with nothing in the middle and something in the middle. And it's hard for you to sew. These are just stripes going through, and in here in the middle, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see it. There you see that there's a pattern there in the middle. These patterns go in this one, and have a look. There's a large gap and a small gap, and we've got a large and a small protruding bit there. A larger one down and smaller one up. And it will go over like so if you would close it up. Now you see those little points. We're going to put 2 little of those brackets in. Can you see that little, maybe it's better to see. You see how that bracket is in there? That's how you put them on. And what I did is I took the screw, got that little bracket out, put the screw over it, and then screwed it in. As you can see right there, that one is in as well. So we're going to put that to the side, and we're going to put 2 on those points. That one and that one. So we've got it on that side as well. There you go. And that is stage number 2 done. We've got these parts left over, and they will be used in a different magazine. Okay, right in front of you we have the parts, and as you can see it's a lighting. We've got another LED light to put in, or actually as you can see there are two LED lights. What I usually want to do is try and bend it back to not being pushed together. So I've got everything, I think. I do. I don't think there's a difference between these. Doesn't seem to be. Pushed it in, that's the best way I usually find it. Hold that, don't over squeeze it. And as you can see, these lights are on. So if we put it that way, this is where the longest part goes. So that would be the left hand side. Is there a left and a right on that? Yep. So we're starting with this one because this one is going on this side. Because the longest wire, that one, will be going all the way there. We're only supposed to put in one. Okay. So we're putting it on those two posts. As you can see there, I needed to check whether the posts are in properly. Okay, so we're going to put those in. 1, 2, 3 posts put on, and they are going to be the AP screw, because that's the bag we got in this time. Okay, we can tighten everything up, make sure that all the seams are more or less non-existent. And then we've got that light. We're putting that through. We're putting that wire through. And this is how we're going to put that light on. And of course, we're going to screw that in with two AP screws on that side. Cable coming out from underneath. And that is what we have. That light in there. Now, I think we're going to do the same thing on the other side, but we still have to make that light first. And this is the last screw in this stage. And I will turn it around and show you what we've done. So 2 more APs there. We did that on that side as well. And this is what we have on the other side of that. Be careful with those wires, people. There you go. I'm happy with that. 4. And 4 is the first magazine that we have everything together. So I'm going to put those to the side so I can show you that magazine. There we go. Lancia Stratos La Regina dei Rally by Centauria. And as you can see, a wheel. And they're not using water. So, oh, and we are putting little things on. Those little rings we have. And we're putting an extra one on right there. So I will need this to crimp. And this is what we've got when we are left and done. And we're going to get that one out and that one out. And I do want to see where that valve is at, because Pirelli's up there. Okay. And we are going to be using nothing else but CM screws. With everything that goes into metal, as I was saying, with everything that is going into metal, we use a little bit of oil to make it easier to screw that in. Okay, La Regina dei Rally tires, Corsa and Pirelli, and the valve is in the middle more or less. So we're going to put that aside. And I think we're starting with that one. And we're getting those little bands out. These are rubber bands. We're hooking it on like so. And then crimping it together. as you can see right there with those little things. And we're putting 2 more of those little darn little things up here. And what kind of screws did we use again on those? Horribly small MPs. And we've got those in as well. So we can put those away. We've got all 4 corners, and that is this stage done. So we've got that wheel and these parts. We put the lights on, we put those little wires on that are here. We made that one all together with all the lighting, and it works. We put those little clamps on with the rubber rings here, and we got these parts out but haven't used yet. So we're putting that aside. That's this pack done, guys. I've got some more lying around, but I will do those, but I need to fix my battery because something's wrong with my battery of my mic. I've got this one working now, but oh, you can't see it. That one working now, but and it's running fine. But I haven't got anything else anymore. I hope that you will join me for the next time we're doing some more parts of this one. And I've got quite a few in because they're trying to catch me up to where they are really at, and that's about 38, 39 something. And do hope that you will join me next time on this build and or any of my other builds, because there are quite a few lovely ones. This one is a special one to my heart because this is a car I've loved and I wanted for quite some time. Not for the build, but car anyway. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for sticking out all the way to the end, and please join me next time on any of my other builds. Please like, subscribe, and pass it on, and see you next time. Thank you very much again. Bye-bye.